everybody. This is Bill, and you are watching a live interview with. Somebody needs to turn their audio down. Live interview with the gentlemen, Tim and Glenn from Footsore Miniatures North America. Talk about their new Kickstarter that is coming. Wow, I'm blowing myself out here. On Friday. So we're going to have everybody jump in. We've got Jim Ariskany with us, as well as Marty. So we got a whole group going on today, and we're going to bring everybody in.
Lewis. Glenn Kapheim is my right-hand man, my partner. And a lot of the stuff that you saw under the SASM brand came directly from that man's head and his ideas. So Glenn has always been there for me and the highs and the lows. So he's always there. So that's it for as far as Footsore goes. We make figures from ancient Greece all the way to ultra modern. You know, we're one of our most popular ranges right now is Baron's War figures, and the Baron's War 3 Kickstarter will be in March. So I'm gearing for that because we've been so damn busy. But that's does that answer your question about Footsore itself? Yeah. So, Glenn, what would you like to say about Savage Frontier, this Kickstarter? We have a Kickstarter starting this Friday, noon Central Time, 6 GMT. People ask me what time that would be in Canada. I think that would be 4 p.m. Canadian time.
Well, it depends on where in Canada.
It depends upon where. Yeah, I was not prepared. Like, oh gosh, but it is a 28 millimeter Kickstarter for French and Indian War. Glenn, what would you like to say about it?
Well, we've all seen all the other different projects out there, French and Indian War stuff. It's all good. I own most of it, but nobody's really done any with good winter uniforms on, all their kit and gear on them, blanket rolls, the large coats, the blanket wraps that the Indians used to wear. We just wanted something different. And then, we got a really good sculptor, Stavros. He did some incredible action poses on them, and that's what we wanted. A small skirmish war, no poses that look static, and, just something that just like a painter's dream. And we've been working on this for about 2.5 years. It just finally came together.
Yeah, this is not something that was just whipped up a month or two ago.
Yeah, so I probably did most all the research for it. And, that's kind of easy, but, time consuming. And just send it to Stavros, kind of make it this pose and let him go at it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We love that period. I know I do. I mean, I've done drawings for French and Indian War stuff. You know, that and probably Rhodesian stuff is my favorite.
I know I do.
That would be Tim.
That's so much pressure. So a lot of people have asked us, do these figures have snowshoes? They'd love to get options of snowshoes. We purposely made these figures without bases, and each figure comes with a set of snowshoes, so that you can glue the snowshoes onto the figure, and then you can put that figure on any type of base. However, we will include 25 millimeter MDF bases with each pack, so you have that option. You have the option to put snowshoes on or not. So I wanted to answer that.
Yeah, that opens up that table for fall and winter, so you doesn't have to just be winter.
Yep, that was the thing that and please, I'm sure if I'm wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I just didn't see really any figures with snowshoes, and I could be missing something. But that was very important for us. We wanted to have the gear, and we wanted to give the option for guys to glue the snowshoes on wherever, the size of their kit or on the figure. So this Kickstarter is really us dipping our toes into this period. We were very interested in seeing what the general interest is. We know that, especially here in North America, French Indian War is pretty popular. It's also niche, and even the subject that we've chosen is even smaller. It's winter. But we have seen over the years a lot of people ask for it. So we wanted to do winter. So we just started off with, we've got 2 packs of Rangers. They're 4-figure packs. We've got a sled with the Rangers. We have 2 4-man pack of Indians. We have a sled team that comes with them. And then we have French Marines, 2 4-man pack with a sled. Now, that's that part of the main part of the Kickstarter. We also have the boat with crew and their stowage. And for the first 24 hours, people who pledge at the Pathfinder level will get a free set of figures, the Pathfinder with his wolf. But that's not even talking about the stretch goals. In the stretch goals, we'll have leader figures and we'll have heroes and stuff like that. So we wanted to keep it small. This is not a huge board game with rank and file. The feeling that we wanted to have and we want to convey is the small unit fighting in the snowy snow. And a lot of people have asked, are there rules? Yes, there are rules. So the title of the rules is Savage Frontier. And for people who back the Kickstarter will get a PDF of the rules. People have asked.
Yep, it's up.
It's showing up on our streams.
British, right? Yeah, they're British Rangers, right? So American loyalists, right? And then Indians, whatever tribe you want to make them, Black Hawk, Abenaki, and then French Marines. Those are the 3 units. The French Marines, if they wear the blue soft cap, that's French Marines. You paint it red, it's regular infantry. And so, to go on from that would be, French Canadians, if this is popular, we think it will, French Canadians, some British Highlanders,
Actually,
No.
To a large
No.
extent, it might be. It depends on where we're looking at here in the actual game. But Iroquois Confederacy was pretty heavily involved. But again, there's other nations as well. So, guys, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Mohican. All very similar. It's just really the guys can just do a little research and paint the faces differently. You know, if they're Mohegans or Abenaki.
Sure. So there is, sorry, it's been a rather long day. So the biggest thing is the Pathfinder pledge level. That is for the first 24 hours, you'll get the free Pathfinder figure with his wolf. That's the all-in for the $127. That's for the first, like I said, 24 hours. That includes the 2 Ranger packs with the sled, the 2 Indians with the sled, the 2 French Marines, the boat, that sort of thing. So that's that level. There's also the Savage level, which will be after the 24 hours, and that's all in as well. We just wanted to give something special to the backers. Yes, please. Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Okay, so while he's working on that, guys, this might help some of our viewers a little bit here, as well as some of us trying to ask intelligent questions and give intelligent answers. God help us. So we're talking about obviously not the French and Indian War or the North American theater of the 7 Years' War in general. We're talking about a specific campaign or a specific season. You guys mentioned winter only.
We wanted to do fictional history, so this is kind of around Battle of Snowshoes, and that's kind of where we chose to be. We do play historical games. I do consider myself a historical gamer, but I want to have fun, and I want to,
Why does everyone say historical wargaming isn't fun? Why are those two mutually exclusive?
Because on my table, everything does not have to be accurate or written by a book or written in a book. It's just something that you want to do in that particular period. That's just historical fiction.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we were talking about like what tribes may or may not have been involved in before, and I'm mentioning some tribes. You guys are mentioning other tribes. Okay, so we're not talking about like Fort Necessity. We're not talking about George Washington, the prequel. We're not talking about Half Moon or Half King, I think his name was. We're not talking about the invasions of Canada. It's just basically low-level skirmish.
Right.
Get some interest on the table and have fun.
Yes.
Right. This is the French and Indian War. This is the 7 Year War in North America.
Cool.
Taking place up there near New York.
Awesome.
The figures themselves are metal. The boat is a resin boat. It's a 2-part resin boat. The hull. Then you have the cabin. And then everything else, the little bits, the swivel gun, those are metal. The stowage is resin, but all the other figures are metal.
I am watching the stream on Twitch and YouTube.
And I have Facebook, and Chris Long, our resident Canadian, is very excited. I believe he wants to play as a French Canadian on this one.
Shocker that.
The biggest thing for Footsore is we make rules that we want to play. So for me, I'm not comparing it to other set of rules personally, because we've all played them. I own them as well. It's just more what we're trying to convey is the feel of the fighting in the snow and the small unit tactics with that. So people have asked, how many figures? What's the figure count? I say 10 to 20. It can be a little bit more, but it's not meant to be a huge, huge battle. So people ask what size table? 4x4, 3x3. However, Geek Villain. I'm sorry. Geek Villain they've made us a fleece mat, specifically for this Kickstarter. So it was funny because somebody had asked me today, hey, have you thought about getting together with Geek Villain? Oh yeah, it's been in the works for a couple months. So they've done a mat, and that is specifically for this Kickstarter. With the mat itself is set up so that it is set so that you're fighting in the woods. So it's got snow, it's got down trees, it's got twigs and sticks, but it's meant so that you could place trees and what other terrain on top of that, but at least you have a playing surface.
So,
Fleece. Yeah.
So is that mat a stretch goal, or what pledge level would you find that?
The mat itself thanks for the question. The mat itself is an add-on, so you'll be able to.
Okay.
So whoever backs the Kickstarter itself will be able to add that mat on. Because
Very nice.
The idea behind this is we wanted to offer a nice package for everybody that they could say, you know what, I can get this and I can play. And it was funny because people immediately when we first started showing pictures is, where are the rules? What rules are you guys coming out with rules? Because now it's when Footsore does a Kickstarter, it's like there's rules there. You know, either that we've rules were created for a particular Kickstarter, or the future Kickstarters support those rules. So we took it as an opportunity to say, yes, we will, we'll have a set of rules. So
it is true when you have all that in a nice package, it's pretty cool. I mean, look how Kill Team, did so well for Warhammer.
Right.
The box gets the rules, some terrain, 2 armies, and you can play right then.
On each side. Yeah, so it's geared for just 2 squads and a leader on each side, and then there's going to be a lot of actions and abilities within those rules to bring to life those miniatures.
Right.
Yes. Yep. There's hand-to-hand combat. Of course. Yeah.
That's the wrong word. Come on,
For
Bill.
This is more Last of the Mohicans time frame.
There you go. There you
go. For me, and we're also, this is going on, and we also have a modern set of rules coming out soon. So the biggest thing for us is when we create a set of rules, we want to get the imagination going to bring life to those miniatures that's on that table. So if you're seeing what's going on in your head, you've got something there. So that's what we're trying to convey for this.
Yeah, so you got like the 2 squads, right, of whatever army you want to play, and you could split the Indians up, right? You could buy the Indians, you could split them up between the French and the Rangers. You could have it where if you have wounded, the sleds can come into play, or to bring supplies, and also and that would be more like lowest level, you could say, Kill Team, and then bring the commanders into it, because we've those leader figures are dedicated to real leaders. So your mate there who's French Canadian, we put Legland in there and Langy, all the popular heroic French characters, because honestly, they kicked the crap out of the Rangers. Really, they were just such good onesmen. And then for the Rangers, we got John Stark, who said the famous quote, "Live free or die," and we got, of course, Robert Rogers. It's just incredible.
Yep.
Really, it's exciting. The figures are amazing.
I have, right. So this is a dual fulfillment between Footsore North America and Footsore UK. So Footsore UK will fulfill, they will cast and mold and cast all the figures there and handle Europe, and then we will handle North America. My expected date is January of 2022. Now, are all the figures sculpted? Everything's done. So I just want to put that date out there to be safe, because I tell you what, the post office is not the post office it was 2 years ago, and I've got a lot of issues. So I'd rather have a lot of lead time to fill than fail on fulfillment. So
Yes.
the boat's already cast. It's just we just wanted to present it as a Kickstarter, present everything as a package, and then.
So the figures you see now are resin casted. We got a bunch of those done, so we could paint them up. And I mean, but everything's in house. We're just ready to start metal casting now. It's fantastic, really. No, we got the resin molds done, so we could paint them. Yeah, those are just for us.
I think I've got most of my questions already answered. So yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marty.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'm excited to hear that there's a set of rules, and this game kind of leans to the level that I like to play at. We talked about this on our podcast a couple of weeks ago, that I really enjoy the smaller unit skirmish level games. So I'm pretty excited. So sound like it's right up my alley. I may have to look at that all in.
Yeah. So within the rules themselves, they will take into account snow drifts, rough, dense terrain, down trees, down logs, all that sorts of stuff. You mentioned terrain. That's one of the things that I wanted to do for this Kickstarter was provide trees, special trees and stuff. But I had to stop someplace. But you know what? I just can't. That's just nuts. I don't know if that answers your question, but within the rules themselves, the terrain and the environment are built in so that the effects will occur on the figures themselves. So Bill, I don't know if you know this, but Bill, I'm the U.S. distributor for Geek Gaming Products.
Yeah.
I mean.
So about that, Tim.
Yeah,
It sounds like I just got told I'm building a table.
Yeah, Geek Gaming Products. Luke, first of all, Luke's APS. Luke Fellows is an amazing guy, even though he's a bastard, but he's an amazing guy. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh, I'm the U.S. distributor for Geek Gaming Supplies, for Geek Villain mats and Footsore products. So, but Geek Gaming Products, I can't speak highly enough of. I use them, and that's the important thing.
A virtual one-stop shop these days.
Right. Yeah. I use the products I sell, and I can tell you what I like, and there's some products that I don't like, but there's good stuff.
Great. That only took us 9 months.
Well, I tell you what. So Steve, coming at Sarissa, he sent me over, like, I got the Benghazi compound from Sarissa because that was a joint effort between he and I. And I used to print that sucker. I had it all designed, used to print it. And then I came to Steve and said, Steve, I've got a lot of demand for this. I cannot keep up with this. So we partnered. He's got the files. He put it all in MDF. So the compound is, so he got it to me. And I think in a weekend, I built the whole damn thing and painted it as fast as I could just to put it out there. It's massive and it's huge.
I was gonna say, you got that done in a weekend? That was a long weekend.
Yeah. Lots of Krylon spray paint because you use it for your base colors, you know?
Yep.
But I think it's over 5 feet long.
Right. It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
At least.
And it's great. And the modern set of rules, you'll see, we'll have pictures of it in there, all that sorts of stuff. But yeah. Well, I mean, we've got different pledge levels. We've got stretch goals that, let me see here. Let me see if I can get you, how do you want me to get you a picture? Okay, hang on a second. I gotta put my readers on here.
I think we're also coming up on the end of our time limit.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. Never mind.
Oh, very nice.
Happily.
Here we go.
Oh, Tim,
So,
don't tease me.
Okay, so here's two figures, Bill. These figures are going to be, they're both stretch goals. I'm trying to keep a lot of stuff surprise, but yeah, but that's a good photo right there.
So Tim and Glenn, we got a comment on the Facebook that they love all the products that Footsore North America sells. And then somebody says, let's see, Chris Long, it looks like, says that he's looking for Canadian flags.
You know what, Chris? It's so funny because I was filling an order today and I was in the modern decals. And Chris Long, I found my Canadian decals that I got made, I don't know how many months ago, and I have forgotten to put them on the store. I will put them on the store. That's the funny thing. We have so many things. We have backlog of so many vehicles and figures that simply Glenn has to remind me of. I forget because we just
true.
So
stay on him, Glenn.
He has to. Oh no, he has to. He has to. Yeah, he has to. He has to ring.
I'm sure Glenn Long knows this. I'm just trying. Chris Long knows this, but don't use the wrong Canadian flags because I've made that mistake before. Well, it's different time periods. You know, the Canadian flag hasn't always been that one we know today. So,
you know.
No, I mean, yep, I'm very grateful for you guys to have us on. Thanks a lot for the opportunity to get the word out. We're very excited for this Kickstarter. Like Glenn said, it's been over 2 years in the making. Hopefully it fulfills what people have been wanting. Glenn, do you have anything?
No, I mean, it's exciting. When we did the first set of Rangers, we thought they were like awesome. And they were like, oh my God, these Indians are even better. And they were like, wow, even the French are even better. And some people, they just make the French as an afterthought. We made them like they're freaking amazing.
Yeah. And the Indians are my favorite. Yeah, Stavros did an amazing job with the Indians, and the faces they're just amazing looking. So that was very important for me. I'm sure Glenn as well. So very excited to see this out. 7,000. That's right.
It's like an hour, right?
I appreciate it.
I'm just excited to see it go live, and hope the best that you get a fast funding and open up all your stretch goals.
That would be great. Thank you. I have been asked, and I would love to have the time. Let's see. This Kickstarter has taken a lot of my time to get it all going. So once this is done, then we plan on hitting it even more. So there's Savage Frontier Facebook group that has been created. We haven't really published it, or we haven't really promoted it yet, but that's part of it, so that we'll have a Facebook group to support the rules as well, so people can go and ask questions and then show their figures painted and stuff. So that's where we plan on doing it.
So yeah, we'll go with that.
I'm not saying nothing.
Noon Central Time, 6 GMT, and I believe that's 4 time for in Canada.
Right?
Yep. Well, thank you.